What's up, everybody? Mike here, and welcome to the game news of the week. Got some wild stuff going on again. Some bad news to start off with some more layoffs, basically. Sucks it keeps happening, but new DLC for a Souls-like game that's been out since last year, so we will. It's got a release date. Dragon's Dogma 2 teases an update that's happening soon. An indie game, Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist, has a release date. And Space Marine 2, some good news there. It's really selling well. A lot of positives about that. Not what I go into in this video today, so strap yourselves in. Let's jump into it. So Microsoft lays off 650 employees as part of a reorganization, I guess, strategy you're doing here. Once again, more layoffs happening. No closures of studios, I think, though. But these 650 people are from its gaming division and are being laid off as a result of the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Now, to be honest, a lot of these positions are probably overlap or duplicate type positions. Like, for example, I don't know, there's probably a position that Activision Blizzard had that also Microsoft has. So it's like, why do we have two people in the same position when we don't really need it? And they're probably looking from a business standpoint and money wise. Yeah, we don't need it. Like, why do we have maybe two, I don't know, executive people or why do we have too many like quality assurance people or something like that? This does happen in business in general. It's not just video game industry. But yeah, stuff like this does happen, and it's sad. It sucks because then these people are out of job. They still got bills to pay, hopefully they land on their feet. But this doesn't help with, the reputation and perception of Microsoft. I mean, they've already laid off 1,900 people early this year, back in January. They got rid of Tango Gameworks and laid off other people as well too, fired people and all that. Other teams like Arcane Austin, Alpha Dog, and Roundhouse Studios were relocated to other Xbox studios, basically. So once again, they just keep using the excuse or reason being they're restructuring things in their organization, basically reorganizing. I guess they saw this is the best route to go for the reorganization and things like that. And it's not connected to the active development of games, products, or experiences, apparently, in Microsoft gaming. And I guess maybe the light at the end of the tunnel is there's no studios that are going to close because of this layoffs. So no studio closures, but that's a slim kind of like positive, I guess. It's just crazy how Microsoft keeps making even more strange decisions, and some of these are desperate moves, desperate decisions, or forced or whatever because of the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Like, if you think that Microsoft, at least when it comes to their gaming division, is going to easily recoup that anytime soon, you're probably fooling yourself, because that was a lot of money, yes, and it takes time to see if that money and investment was worth it and comes back to them, because you got to think, not only did they spend that money to buy Activision Blizzard, but there was also like the court costs because there are companies and organizations fighting the deal going through, and they had to spend a ton of money on that, and to essentially spend money on resources and things like that to appease, these different organizations so they could allow it to go through and all that. So it's, yeah, like, and that's a number that I don't think they've ever made public. So they're still trying to recoup, I would say, all that money probably, and then some. And I'm just letting you guys know what it is. I'm not trying to defend Microsoft by any means with laying off people being the best, decision to do to recoup some money or save some money or what have you. No, I think it sucks. But just trying to give you insight of what they are probably going through on behind the scenes business wise and why they're making some of these decisions. Moving on, though, we got Remnant 2 with its third and final DLC getting a release date for September 24th, and a free game update that includes a brand new boss rush mode. So the devs are excited to announce that their third and final DLC for Remnant 2, The Dark Horizon, will be available September 24th from PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S for $9.99, so $10, which is kind of how all their DLC's been, which is great pricing in my opinion. Those who own the Ultimate Edition of Remnant 2 will have access to The Dark Horizon at no additional cost. In addition to the launch of this premium DLC, there will be a free major content update that will include the brand new boss rush game mode. More details on that in a bit. Basically, you return to Enrud and uncover a mysterious place preserved in time where alien farmlands are tended by robots for inhabitants who have long since perished. But time corrupts all, and rogue AI and robotic creations threaten at every turn while you search for the secrets of the colossal entity that dominates the skyline. In a brand new storyline, you will need to uncover the secrets within the Necropolis world of Inward. Kind of sounds very somewhat similar to Skynet in a bit, or Terminator in a sense, but yeah, or just mostly any other like AI storyline where robots go bad, basically. And but anyway, as you enter this new overworld, you'll explore new dungeons, experience new glider traversal system not found in other worlds, acquire powerful gear, including a new archetype, the Warden, meet unexpected allies, and face new threats as you set off to defeat the colossal entity that watches over Inward. Boss rush mode now. So this new game mode for players who want to get straight into the action and go up against bosses, basically. That's what boss rush mode is. It's like how a lot of boss rush modes are, or gauntlet type modes. So you'll have an option to play the mode either solo or with fellow travelers via multiplayer. Choose from the 3 difficulty options: Triple Threat, which is a 3 boss run. Then you got Trial by Fire, which is a 7 boss run, and the Gauntlet, which is a 19 boss run. And put your survival skills to the test. The goal is simple yet extremely challenging: successfully fight hordes of enemies, including an aberration, to go up against bosses in the run to earn the elusive drops, including weapons that you've been missing along the way. You will earn temporary buffs during the run that grant stat bonuses and or powerful passive bonuses, as well as that will prove to be helpful. And accessing the mode is easy, so all you basically do is head to the World Stone and Ward 13 and select Boss Rush, similar to selecting Campaign or Adventure. Here you'll choose, your preferred difficulty and go into your run. In addition to the new game mode and other quality life changes, a new system, Prisms, will be introduced in the free content update. Prisms are a new feature to the Rebalance Fragment system and can be leveled up to grant additional stat bonuses. Very cool stuff there, exciting stuff. Want to start with the bad news first, and then we're pretty much got some good news the rest of this video, guys. And this is very good for those of you that are Remnant 2 fans, and just, man, game is just doing better and better all the time. Moving on, Dragon's Dogma 2 teases first details on its upcoming update. This is the next big major patch. Now, this was kind of alluded to because of the recent, PS5 Pro announcement, and that essentially Dragon's Dogma 2 would get like a update because of the PS5 Pro and take advantage of the enhancements of that. And maybe that'll help with the RE engine technology that's being used for Dragon's Dogma 2, because man, the RE engine still is getting tinkered with, still needs to be worked on for open world gaming when it comes to, the games that they're trying to do at Capcom here, because it has performance issues. Like this game still, I believe, last time I checked, has performance issues. And that's honestly where a lot of these games we're having issues at, both console and PC. Like we're getting tired as a community, gamers, consumers of like our games just having these performance issues and not working right. So hopefully this update will fix a lot more of that. This next update is said to basically have performance improvements across all platforms. And we've already had various, patches that's helped with optimizations, including graphical improvements, things like that. And that has helped to a degree, but hasn't solved everything. And it's crazy because, the team's going to keep working on this, but Usuno has left. The guy behind Dragon's Dogma franchise, Dragon's Dogma 1 and 2, he's left the company. He's not doing anything related to this update. It's just all, I guess, whoever's left over from his team that was working on this is going to be, and whoever's, I guess, the new person in charge at the head, taking over for him basically to get this update out. But it's teased right now. Basically, a little bit more specifics is they're trying to release an update for all platforms that will further improve CPU load, reduce crashes, and offer additional adjustments. And more details will be announced as soon as they are ready, basically. So that's good to look forward to. We'll have to wait and see if they actually, improve the game even more and maybe get rid of all, if not most, of those annoying issues. And if you're a fan of indie games, especially the Ender franchise here, Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist has a release date finally. This has been early access, I believe, since earlier this year. The first game was Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights, I'm saying it right, which launched back in 2021. This is the sequel to that game. And the release date we have for Ender Magnolia is January 22nd for PS4, PS5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. This entered early access back on March 25th of this year, and it was featuring the game's first 4 zones and several boss fights. And the good news is, this period has allowed the developers to tweak various gameplay aspects, taking into account feedback and suggestions from players who have overwhelmingly praised the game with extremely positive reviews on Steam. All signs point to this being another must-play Metroidvania for fans of the genre. And I'll say it again about this type of style of early access, because I do appreciate this, and I do respect this more so than the whole other version of early access. I like when developers do early access on like PC at least, even though I know they charge a fee, but they're charging usually, you know, either half the price of the full game or even less than half the price in some situations. And then those that have the early access version usually get a free copy of the game and usually get some other bonuses, right? So you essentially are paying for the game at a half off price instead of paying that $60 or $70 price or whatever it's going to be when it fully launches. So you save yourself some money in that regard. And, you know, it does help support the devs to do more stuff with it financially so they can, you know, get some more resources, get some more talent in, things like that to fix the game, fix the issues, add more content and all that stuff. So if you like the game, obviously the game is good. I just hate when companies do the whole like, oh, if you pay for the deluxe or ultimate edition, you get 3-4 days early access to the game before everybody else. And it's like, really though? No, the game's pretty much ready and done. It's just you don't want to, you just want to basically get extra money out of people. You know, that's just the way it is. And then lastly, want to end on some really good news for Space Marine 2 surpassing 2 million copies sold in 24 hours. This, I think, is the best-selling and highest concurrent player count for a Warhammer game of any kind, whether it's Warhammer 40K or Warhammer. This is awesome, honestly. And it is a good game. I've been playing it, and despite the tech issues I've been having, it's still, like, when it runs and runs for me well, it's fun. Been going through the campaign, almost done with the campaign. Haven't tried the co-op yet or the PvP yet, but I've had friends tell me how fun it is when it comes to that. But yeah, this is a great accomplishment for this game, for the devs, Focus Home Entertainment. Like, really, really good job here. Saber Interactive, I believe, is the devs on this, but yeah. So this was announced not too long ago. And it's available on PC, PS5, Xbox Series as well, too. And has been hailed as a worthy sequel to the original. Considered a cult classic, because I know not too many people played the original. It was like over 10 years ago, I believe, at this point. And the devs note that this is just the beginning, as more content is coming in the future. The season pass focuses on cosmetics, and with each new season, there will be free content for all players that will provide more hours of fun. And honestly, like, this is a rare thing in game in this days. Like, this is an action game like the ones they don't make anymore. It's simple, it's direct, and fun without the need to rely on numbers or RPG mechanics everywhere. You know, doesn't have microtransactions. You know, it's not live servicey. Like, this reminds me in a lot of ways in terms of like how it's made, kind of like a bit like Gears from back in the day. And I've had people in my community say it's like what Gears of War should have been in some ways. So you can unlock, you know, the co-op, like the multiplayer stuff and PvP stuff, like the skins for your class. You can unlock that just by playing the game. You don't have to pay any money to get these different cosmetic stuff or anything like that. It's like, wow, we've gone back to the older ways of game where we can actually earn this stuff in game without spending a freaking dime. That's freaking amazing. Like, oh my God. I wish more games would do this, because I'm kind of sick and tired of so many microtransaction stuff in gaming. So gotta give credit to both Saber Interactive and Focus Home for doing this and sticking to the guns with how this game is. Hopefully they don't add microtransactions in this at any point. But yeah, you know, other companies, please take note. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me on this week's episode video of the game news of the week. So it sucks about the layoffs from Microsoft, but it's to be expected. Honestly, I'm expecting layoffs to happen more and more as time goes on, not just Microsoft, but in the game industry, period, just because this is the reality we live in right now. Are you excited for the new Remnant 2 DLC, though, guys? Let me know in the comments below. Are you still having Dark Dragon's Dogma 2 woes with any technical issues? Are you looking forward to the update that's being teased? Have you been playing Ender Magnolia in early access? Are you excited for the full launch? You know, and then are you happy about Space Marine 2? Have you been playing that or looking forward to playing that in the future when it's on sale? Let me know. Love to hear from you in the comments, guys. If you found this video helpful and enjoyed it, please smash that thumbs up. It helps out a ton. Subscribe if you're new. Also, don't forget to check out links in the description below, because you can always go the extra mile above and beyond to become a YouTube member. There's also the Patreon as well, too, Both have different cool perks, so check them out today. Consider becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member today. My name's Mike. Thanks for watching.